should read this, the rest of us, in just a really dramatic anime style.
It, I can't say that it would take away from the story. In fact, I would actually be willing to say that it would improve it.
I would like to say that dialogue where he's like, "Oh, what will you do?" It's just like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Punch me?" Punches him.
Well, funny that you mentioned it. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we left off on Jeff How'd You. It's Lou. I don't know if you want to read that or if you want me to keep reading.
I'll be Lou. I'll be the Asian kid.
The Asian, but questionably not Asian because we don't know the ethnicity of the family.
Yeah.
Or he's adopted.
I'm wondering if I should give this guy an accent and have the internet completely mad at me.
Nah, not worth.
Yeah, not worth it. Jeff, how'd you do? How'd you do? I added a word.
How'd you?
How'd you? That was all he said. They saw the bus coming and knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing, so they started running as fast as they could, because that's not suspicious.
Yep.
As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Lou made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Lou just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids. That was rough to get through. But Jeff knew it was more. It was something, scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was, the urge to just, hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said, in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look.
Do you want me to... Or, you know what? Let's fucking... Fucking... Okay. So... they immediately run, so that's already sketchy as fuck. So I guess they're just not riding the bus for the rest of the school year.
Yeah.
Or just ever again.
We beat up some kids that were mugging us, so we're just gonna run for it.
Yeah, like, I understand not wanting to get in trouble, but those kids straight up tried to mug you. So, like, they had knives. Like, sure, it's a city situation, but ultimately they probably would have been better off to just stay there and have a rational conversation with the adults.
Yep.
So, because ultimately he didn't, like, lethally hurt anybody or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, everything he did could be said in self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
But,
good one.
Fucking just saw it as beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. Ooh. The excessive commas. It was something scary, like, King Christ.
Yeah.
Is it actually scary though for him? He's clearly amused by it. He likes how it felt. Is he really scared about it?
Probably not.
Like, I'm seeing how he could be, but if he's actually like this serial killer, he's not going to be scared by it.
Nope.
That's not going to happen. That's not how that works. if you're having a normal person slowly becoming a psychopathic killer, sure,
Yep.
that's fine. But as somebody who's supposed to have this predisposition to being a serial killer, like the story is suggesting, no. He got the feeling how powerful he was. He got that feeling he felt how powerful it was. Comma, the urge to just, hurt someone. Fucking stop! Your sentences are bad and you should feel bad. That was just awful. I don't even need to say why it's awful. Any person with brain cells can look at that sentence and see why it's awful. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. I mean, then he liked how it sounded. If it made him happy, like, fuck, why would he care? He's happy. Same thing. He's a fucking serial killer. He's going to be a serial killer. He has this predisposition. He doesn't care how it sounds. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
He doesn't care what other people think. If he cared what other people thought, he wouldn't be a psychopath. Felt that strange feeling going away. That strange feeling that's always changing. And then, even as he walked home, due to the whole thing near the bus stop. What does due to the whole thing near the bus stop have to do with anything? Like, he's saying even as he walked home. Oh, okay. He's saying like he's walking home because of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's a weird sentence, but then again, that's the entire story.
It's suggesting something else is also happening in the sentence.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, no, that's really roundabout because it's like,
it's so misleading.
He's what he's really saying here is even that he won't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. That's how much of that sentence is redundant. That's what that sentence is really trying to say.
I'm gonna be walking for the rest of the year, but I'm super happy about it.
Yeah. And of course, in a somewhat ominous voice, look here, listen here, you little cunt. Look at me. You don't say something in a somewhat ominous voice. You're ominous or you're not.
Ooh.
Get your somewhat bullshit out of here.
I'm scary.
Also, don't tell me it's ominous. The reader will already be like, if he's saying it's a wonderful day and he fucking stabbed a man, it's kind of ominous.
He's
But
not
now
the
you're
Joker.
Like, in an ominous voice. So in my head, what immediately starts happening is it's like everything goes dark, super close zoom in on the face, like creepy eyes, and just like, it was a wonderful day. But it's just like, I can't even take it seriously because it's just like, it's you keep calling way too much attention to these things and you're not letting the reader's brain do the work. So it's just like, and then prefaced with everything else, it's just like it's losing its effect. It's losing impact.
Yep.
Don't tell me it was ominous. My brain is capable of figuring that out on my own. I don't need you to tell me it's ominous. And also, these cops are pretty fast.
Yeah.
Like for this Randy kid. This Randy kid awfully figured out where Jeff lived pretty fast.
Well, it's such a tiny neighborhood that we explained what the size was.
Apparently, it's just like Billy and his mom live across the street, and then I guess it's just like nobody else. So I guess it's like Troy, Keith, and Randy are all next door as well. I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just the 6 houses on the street. 6 houses, 1 bus stop, but it's a suburb. It's just all the other houses are empty.
That's the entire town.
Yeah.
Just the 6 houses, the bus stop, and the school, and that's it.
Yeah, and then the mother's looking at him with an angry look. I don't buy it. I don't think the mom would be agree. I think the mom would be fucking concerned. It's like, because now in my head, I'm like, the mom's like, fucking cops in the morning. Are you fucking serious, Jeff? Get your shit together, man. I have 7 bricks in the basement. I gotta move, and now the cops are here. You know how much money that is that I have to flush now? Like, I don't know what she's angry about. Like, I would assume she's angry at Jeff because he did something wrong, but I don't fucking know. Because normally, the initial parental reaction would be, oh, fuck, what did you do?
God damn it, Jeff, you weren't supposed to get caught. If you
but
go...
instead, she's like, how fucking dare you get caught? Like...
What happened to those 16 years of ninja training that I taught you?
Yeah, it's just like I'm getting mixed signals here. Like I don't know what to expect out of this mom. I would like to believe she had something as sketchy as fuck as like 7 bricks of that would be fantastic. That would actually explain the real move. Mom almost got busted selling cocaine, and she had to move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right.
Anyways,
Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting, and that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son! Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true.
Okay, first of all, allegedly. I would like to start with that. That's what Jeff's response should have been, was allegedly.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Because, like, okay, sure. Those kids would have totally put everything on Jeff and Lou.
Yep.
And been like, they attacked us with knives and shit. But you know what? Like, does Jeff's parents, like, let him, like, get knives and whatnot? Yeah. Like, they've only been here for, like, a day. Where else would he have gotten a knife? So do their parents, like, buy them knives and stuff? Do they have knives readily available? You know, those officers should be able to, like, show the knife to the mother and be like, is this your son's? And the parents should be able to be like, yes or no. Because I doubt Jeff, like, had the ability, Jeff or Lou had the ability with the one day they've been living here to be like, yeah, I'm going to go get a knife from, like, some sketchy guy down the street.
No, Jeff,
like,
it's too dangerous to go. No, Jeff, it's too dangerous to go out with a shotgun. Here, take this switchblade.
Yeah. And it's like that it wasn't regular fighting. Okay, so I guess fighting happens between kids fairly regularly around here.
It's just wrestling.
Yeah. And that they were stabbed. One kid was stabbed. But apparently now we've upgraded to all 3 of them being stabbed. And then we feel the need to emphasize, stabbed, son! Also, once again, Jeff's actions are on Mom's dialogue paragraph. Stop. And then Jeff's gaze fell to the floor. Stop there. Showing his mother that was true? Garbage. Get it out. You just wasted 7 words. You don't need to tell me that. It's garbage. That's debris. I don't need that. Like, because also, it's not true. He stabbed one of them. Yes, it was fighting, but it's insinuated that he attacked them. Or not, it's not insinuated. It's stated that he attacked them, which is not entirely true.
Self-defense.
Yeah, self-defense to an extent. So it's like, that's kind of a lie. It's kind of a half-truth, and that's not really showing that it's true. He's kind of like he's not admitting guilt, but then he's also like not trying to immediately defend himself. You just cut it out. It's not necessary. You don't need to tell us that because he's not even saying that to his mother. Like, other people aren't mind readers either. Get it out. Yeah. I can't remember who was Jeff. Was I Jeff?
I think you were.
Okay. Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Lou. Nailed it. 10 out of 10. Perfection.
All right. I will be the stereotypical cops. I wonder if I should give them New York accents.
That's up to you.
Nah. Son, said one of the cops, we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now what does that tell us? Jeff knew it was no use. He could say he and Lou had been attacked, but then there was no proof. It was them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing because, truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Lou.
I'm gonna scroll back to this combat.
Okay.
Real quick.
I know why, and you're absolutely right.
Ducked. Yup. The cop saying there were 2 stabbings. Jeff only stabbed 1 of them. Jeff stabbed Keith in the arm. Jeff punched Randy in the nose, and
broke
Jeff
his wrist.
Just 1 punch to poor Troy in the gut. Poor Troy.
Pour one out for Troy.
Yeah, he made the mistake of not knowing that he was actually a side character. Shitty story.
And for being fat, let's not forget that.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so first of all, the cop doesn't even understand the fucking crimes.
10 out of 10 cop.
Or the situation at all. On top of that, of course they fled. They're fucking kids. Fuck you, cop. If there was an adult, it would be slightly different. But they're kids. They don't want to get in trouble. A kid will run from you if they know they're going to get in trouble from taking a cookie out of the cookie jar. You know? So, and then of course, once again, Jeff's taking actions on somebody else's dialogue. Jeff knew it was no use. I mean, look, even if you know it's no use, don't take it in silence. You know? At least make an attempt, because you never know. They may actually listen to you.
Yeah.
At least create doubt, you know? At least make them stop and think, oh, maybe those kids were actually lying to us. Which, you know, of course, it's correct that there's no proof of who attacked first.
Yeah.
But apparently, based off of how these kids are, you could probably get other kids to come forward and be like, yeah, no, they're a bunch of bullies. You know, this isn't the first shakedown they've attempted.
But nah, Randy's just threatening all of them.
Yeah, and so it's just Jeff's just oh, well, I guess that's it. I guess I'm a criminal now. Fucking Christ. Okay, it's the cop again.
Alright. Son, call down your brother. Jeff couldn't do it since it was him who beat up all the kids.
First of all, why is the cop telling the kid to get his brother? Why not turn to the mother and be like, we need you to get the other son? Why didn't they initially just have both sons come up? But it's Jeff shouldn't have any qualms about getting Lou to come down. Lou was involved. Lou was there. You know. Also, the cop told you to do something. Fuck you. Anyways,
it's this is how a cop knocking at the door usually goes about. Good afternoon, ma'am. Sorry to disturb you. We have a incident. Could you call down your 2 sons, please? Particularly since they were the ones involved. Both of them.
Yep. Sir, ellipses. It was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me. The cop looked at his partner, and they both nod. The cop's now taking actions on Jeff's dialogue. Get your shit straight. Okay, so sure, yeah, you did. You beat up all those kids, but like, why are you now painting the story to make yourself look worse? You're making it worse on yourself because now you're like, Lou tried to hold me back. Like, I know he's trying to like make it so Lou was a good guy in the situation, but it's like you're just making it worse because now it's like instead you could still attempt before you said that you could still attempt it to be like, no, they were threatening us and whatnot. Yes, I attacked them, but they were threatening us. But now you're just outright like, yeah, no, I was gonna fuck him up, but Lou was trying to hold me back, and yeah, it is fucking stupid. Yeah, just first of all, also like as a cop, I'd be like, fucking what? You mean to tell me a kid was holding you back, and then there were 3 more kids that were like, you were trying to attack, and they just kind of let you do it? They didn't like try to like outnumber you and just like contain you or whatever?
He's going insane. Jump him.
Yeah, like exactly. It's like, so you're telling me you overpowered 4 people and you're just some 13-year-old kid with no training in anything whatsoever? As a cop, I would be like, what? Alright, something's not adding up here. Why are you lying to me, son? Anyways.
Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie. What?
Fuck you! You're not a judge!
Wait, says Lou. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Lou. What the fuck?
Where the fuck did he get the knife? Did he bring it with him? Oh man, I don't want to look guilty. Quick, grab the knives and let's run. Fucking what? Fuck you, story. Fuck you, writer. That's bullshit. And you know it.
It was me. I beat up those little punks. Have the marks to prove it. He lifted up his sleeve to reveal cuts and bruises as if he was in a struggle.
As if he was in a struggle as garbage, get it out. Oh my god, and he actually did it. He has dialogue, and the character that's speaking has actions on his dialogue.
Mark the calendar. It will never happen again.
Oh my god. As a cop, I'd just be like, what the fuck is going on? These people make no goddamn sense.
Also, just to point out, if there were cuts on him, wouldn't there be bandages?
I mean, I would like to think so. Unless they're like scrapes. In which case, you probably weren't in a knife fight if it's just a scrape.
Yep. Son?
Also, how would he have gotten the cuts if him and Jeff were the ones wielding the knives?
Also on his arm.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's the cop, yet again. The fuck?
Son, just put the knife down, said the officer. Lou held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops.
In my head, I just hear the cop angrily screaming, "He's got a knife! Get down! He's resisting arrest!" And this just in, officer shoots kid. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know why the officer's concerned. Like, the kid came down, like, showing that he has a knife. It's not making any attempts of any sudden movements or anything. And the cop is just like, put it on the ground! Like, calm down, cop. Like, what is he gonna do with a knife?
He's a
gonna
kid.
Take one of his own family members hostage? I doubt it.
He's a
know?
kid. You're a grown man. You could kick him to the ground if worse comes to
Oh
worse.
yeah, and it's like you can easily overpower him, like being a little dramatic. Like I know it's like probably operating procedure to be like put it down, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But come on.
Anyways,
This story isn't realistic, so neither should we.
yeah. No, Lou, it was me. I did it. Jeff had tears running down his face.
Why?
Okay. So I don't know why the cops are at this point being like, all right, so I can't believe either of you, so we're taking you in for questioning. We're also going to take the other kids in for questioning because clearly somebody's not telling the truth here. Also, this is something that happens when, like, they're both trying to take the blame for something that they did in a justified manner, but they're taking it as if, you know, they're the villains, and it's like, why are both of you so fucking stupid that you can't attempt to explain what actually happened? Like, they're so certain nobody's gonna listen to what they said that they have refused to even make an attempt to like appeal the accusations. It's fucking absurd.
Huh. Poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away. The police led Lou out to the patrol car.
Take me away, cliche.
I'm the one that did it.
Like-
Take me away.
Poor bro doesn't even know like how to take the blame or whatever.
Let me show you.
Ahead, take me away. I'm just a cool dude. It's fine.
Let me show you how it's done. Now I'll let these cops just take me.
I'm sorry, Sensei. I have to let them take me in.
It will be dishonorable if I don't let them.
Just fucking, and then of course police taking actions on Lou's fucking dialogue.
All right, back.
Also, like they're just arresting the kid, and like I guess the parents aren't going with them to like, I don't know, you know, do paperwork or something. You know, there's generally a process involved there. The cops don't just take the kid. Anyways,
all right, back to Jeff.
Lou, tell them it was me. Tell them I was the one who beat up those kids. Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. All right, I'm like, okay, Mom, please, in your own paragraphs, please, not on my dialogue. But
Jeff?
it's like, fucking, just tell them what actually happened from your perspective. Make them investigate. God forbid they actually have to do their job. Like, fucking Christ.
Sorry, sir, that's not in our pay grade.
Every time I see a character who's like, you know, so-and-so never would believe X, or so-and-so would never this or never that, and then because they immediately rule that out, the character never attempts to do that. What that tells me is the writer is too lazy to bother to have the character try. I don't care if you're going to have the character fail anyways, as long as it makes sense and the character actually makes an effort. If the character actually gives up, why should I care about the character? Because what's going to stop the character from giving up when actual stakes are on the line? Like when it's actually like the fate of the world or some shit.
Well,
This is the person who gives up on smaller obstacles earlier on the story. Why should they not give up now?
My shoe came untied. I can't do this.
Yeah, like it makes it hard to actually like believe in a character when they won't even try.
All right, where were we? Where is it? There it is. Jeff, please. You don't have to lie. We know it's Lou, and we don't like Lou. You can stop. She didn't say we don't like Lou. That was me. Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Lou inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled. See what these stories are doing? I almost did it. Pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong.
Apparently, everybody's just fucking psychic. with all these faces and being able, or like either everybody's psychic or everybody's like perfectly emotive. Because I don't know how somebody can be so emotive that you can be like, there's something wrong with Jeff. Something happened. Yep. I bet it was the cops. I bet they got Lou. God damn it. At least they didn't find the cocaine. Like, first of all, both of your kids are trying to take the blame. If you are a parent and both of your kids are trying to take the blame for something, that should immediately be a red flag. It should immediately be like, okay, what actually happened? Because as soon as you have kids telling different stories, you have to stop and be like, okay, somebody's not telling the truth to some. Because you can't just immediately assume one of them is telling the truth, because all of them could be lying as far as you know.
Yep.
Or all of them could be leaving out certain details as far as you know. Like, I've dealt with kids plenty enough. I know how this works. Like, this is just so unrealistic and just bullshit. We know it's Lou. You can stop. Go fuck yourself. Jeff was trying to take the blame before Lou even came down.
No, we know he did it.
Speeds off. Go figure. And then the dad playing in the driveway just being psychic, knowing something was wrong. Fucking whatever, dude. Weak. The husband should have came out and just been like, "What's going on?" Question mark.
He should have been the stereotypical dad that doesn't know what anything's going on.
Yeah,
just like,
be like the wife should be like, "Hey, so Lou's gotten in trouble. There's apparently a fight and all this." Like, explain this all to him, and him just be like, "Oh yeah, that's great." Pour his cup of coffee. There's some shit like just like completely just absent-minded, like not even listening.
Or with a look on his face. Where's your mother?
Anyways, who's doing the dad?
I guess I could, since I'm already doing the mother. Son, what is it? Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Dramatic. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside. Here, let me take your arm, old man. I'll lead you inside. To break the bad news to him as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house. Seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. They didn't sound sad, at least the mother didn't. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Lou when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by, with no word from Lou at JDC. No friends to hang out with, nothing but sadness and guilt. That is, until Saturday, When Jeff is woke, woke up by his mother, with a happy, sunshiny face. Woken up.
Woke as fuck, my dude. Fucking, this paragraph is ass. First of all, vocal cords strained from crying for like all of 1 minute. You weak ass bitch. Like, instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside. Like, instead of what? Like, you're saying instead, but it's like, what else would she be doing otherwise? Makes no fucking sense. Get that out of here. You just wasted a word. Garbage.
Well, she's taking care of the bricks in the basement. Remember?
Oh, yeah. And it's like, he just stood in the driveway and cried for an hour? Go inside. What are you doing? Like, who just... Like, I understand you're upset and you might not be thinking straight, but just standing in the driveway for an hour just crying mindlessly? Come on. Parents both shocked, sad, and disappointed. This is why I'm like, this is just unbelievable. immersion ruined. Cops take kid in. Neither of the parents are required. Like, I hope they don't expect that kid to fill out his own paperwork. That kid probably doesn't even know his own blood type. Like, fucking... that kid's not going to be able to fill out his own paperwork, so... Like, they're going to need parents. Like, there's shit they have to do that they need the parents to know about and whatnot. Also, you don't need to tell us the parents are shocked, sad, and disappointed. Honestly, you should only be telling us if they're not shocked, sad, and disappointed. Because shocked, sad, and disappointed is expected. If they expect it coming, no. That's a thing we need to know about. Like, that fucking Lou. We knew it was only a matter of time. We started fucking people up. We didn't do anything to stop it, but we knew it was only a matter of time. He couldn't see how they thought it was Lou's fault. Yeah, no, I agree. It makes no goddamn sense at all. They're shitty parents. They clearly just don't want to be bothered, and they're just trying to offload all their kids as fast as they can.
Well, we got Lou out of the house. Now let's take care of that Jeff.
Have you ever wanted to feel regret? Like, do you ever want to know what it's like for your parents to regret having you? This is it. Just let the cops take you away, even though you did nothing wrong. That's how you know your parents don't want you. So, like, tried to go to sleep to get the whole thing off your mind? Yeah, fuck no, that's not gonna work. The fact that he thinks it's gonna work just shows how fucking stupid this kid is. Which reinforces how stupid it was for him to say, I'm not just some dumb kid. Yeah, you fucking are. 2 days, no word from Lou. Of course there's no word from him. He's in juvie. What do you think he's gonna do? Text you? Fuck you, kid.
I smuggled a cell phone inside. They forgot to search me.
No friends to hang out with. I don't see how Lou being in juvie, that's his fault. It's like, that has nothing to do with your ability to make friends at school. Sadness and guilt. Maybe you wouldn't feel guilty if you actually, you know, like, tried to defend yourself with the cop rather than just being like, yeah, I fucking did it. Yep. That is until Saturday. Ooh, ominous. Also, why is the mother happy, sunshiny face? She's still gonna be like an emotional wreck of like, what the fuck is wrong with my son? But then again, like, we've clearly like determined that there's something wrong with these parents. They probably don't want these kids anyway, so she might actually be happy. Her cocaine is fine. She got rid of one of the kids. Now she just has to get rid of the other one, and fuck. She can really, you know, like, save a lot of money now, not having to deal with those kids. Her and the husbando can just smash all over the house now. You know. So, you know, maybe she is happy, you know? I'm just saying. Because we don't know shit about these parents.
Jeff, it's the day, she said as she opened up the curtains to let the light flood into his room.
Ah, yes, the day where we're going to do the thing. Involving the people with stuff, and where we do that thing, you know, after we go to the place. Yeah. Pronoun game. Go kill yourself. Yeah, like, don't fucking... Like, yes, Jeff should, like, know what she's talking about, but just being like, it's the day. What day?
It's time.
Like, sure, it's a day. It's Saturday. No, like, that's also just not how people talk to each other unless it's like a big deal, like it's a wedding day or whatever. It's the big day, you know. It's like I'm assuming it's the kid's birthday party, so it's like the party is today.
Jeff.
Don't say it's the day.
Jeff, the time has come for you to unleash your powers onto this world.
Now she could be like, in her mind, she could be like, it's the day. It's the day that I at the birthday party. or some shit. Then again, this kid just lives across the street, so she might be a little hopeful. Anyways, what's today? Asked Jeff as he stirs awake. Why is he stirring?
Because he's a typical edgy teenager who doesn't like light.
Like, just be like, as he gets up, like you're trying to come off as like super fancy writing or something like that by doing that. And it's like, if you want to use stirs, just say as he stirs. You don't say as he stirs awake. What is he stirring while he's awake? Like, did he bring a pot with him? Is he high? Is he tapping into her product? No wonder she wants to get rid of him. Yeah.
Why, it's Billy's party. He was now fully awake.
It's Billy's party, you silly goose! Like, who the fuck talks like that? Why, it's Billy's party. Oh, why don't I just get out of bed then, like, super quick so I can rush out of there? Who prefaces things with why anymore? Like, except for, like, a few key phrases, like, fucking Christ. Jesus. Fucking stupid. And now he's fully awake.
My powers have awoken.
Also, why is he taking actions on her dialogue?
Well, it's to be expected at this point.
Yeah, I know. I just, like, it drives me nuts. Because, like, if I was actually in one of my classes workshopping, I would be pointing it out every single time. Because it's like, because sometimes you'd be like, make one comment about it, and then you just be like, also the thing about the thing, and they'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then the next revision, they'll keep doing it. So you go in there and you just start, like, just every time it comes up, wrong. Like, if I actually had this printed out and, like, could put it out on screen, there would be, like, it wouldn't be legible. There'd be notes and shit all over the damn page. I would need a separate document for the notes that would be on this. And my comments on the actual document would just be numbers that would refer to that document. I could probably write a document longer than the story is with notes.
All right, it's back to Jeff.
Oh yeah. Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after there was a long pause. He didn't die. He's just in juvie because you fucked up. You fucked up. This character is shitty and unbelievable. I hate him. He's so fucking stupid. I'm not just some dumb kid. He's acting like his brother is dead. He's not. He's in juvie. You'll get to visit him in like a couple weeks or some shit. Like, come on. Jesus Christ. This story is ass.
Jeff, we both know what happened. Bullshit. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now get dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get ready herself. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up. His mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought why they would ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party. That's not a question.
Are they fucking... Are they going to a funeral?
Well,
I'm kind of in the same boat with Jeff here. It's like, why the fuck are they so dressed up? It's a kid's birthday party.
Well,
apparently, kid's birthday party is fucking formal wear. Who the fuck is this kid? Holy shit!
Well, he's the next pharaoh, don't you know?
The shit? Like, okay, you don't need to point out. We both know what happened. No shit! You were both there. You don't need to say that. Um, uh, this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. He didn't even want to go to the party in the first place. Even before all this shit happened, he was like, I don't want to go. Why would she think it's going to brighten up his attitude now? Now that she's like double forcing him to go.
You're going to be happy and like it.
Yeah. And then, like, he fought himself to get up. Like, okay, I guess. Don't. Like, it's not great. Could be better, but I guess it does what it needs to.
This entire story could be better.
Picked out, like, you could just put he fought himself to get up and get dressed. I don't need to know that he got random shirt and jeans. Like, it's enough that he's pointing out the fact that the mother and father are dressed up.
Yeah.
Like, because that says Jeff isn't, and he's like, fucking why? Also, like, there's a better way to, like, point out that they're wearing fancy clothes and he's questioning it. He could actually just have a dialogue where he's like, why are you guys dressed up? And then, like, have him give some...
Yeah, that last sentence.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's garbage, that's what it is. Yeah.
Alright. Okay, it's the mother. Son, is that all you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mother. It's a little kid's birthday party.
I, too, regularly refer to close family members by their familial title.
Oh, Mother.
Mother, I would think I would enjoy a spot of soda. Father, if you could raise the volume on the television. I can't hear it well. Oh, brother, would you like to go out and play? What's with all these people saying son? Like, fuck off. Why doesn't she call him, like, Jeff? Like, she keeps switching between Jeff and son. Like, if you want her to have her call her something... If you want her to call him something other than Jeff, like, have a nickname she has for him or something, you know? Like, constantly calling your own son is just like... We get it! It's your kid! We know! Do you need to keep reminding yourself?
Well, she does, remember? Because she's trying to get rid of him, but she's not trying. But she's trying to not clue him in on it. So
maybe that's what it is. She has to keep reminding herself because she's like, I just need to get rid of him. This is my punishment. I have to acknowledge that he's my son until I can get rid of him, and then I don't know him anymore. It's not real. Anyways, better than wearing too much, he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hit it with a smile.
Okay, passive-aggressive mother. That's nice to know.
Like, we didn't need to know that. This is not from her point of view. Like, we're not getting the story from her point of view. Like, we can just be like, she wore a fake smile, and then continued to talk. Because that would have just said everything without actually just spelling it out word for word. Because that's just bad word economy. Also, stop telling us what people feel. Stop it. Show, don't tell. Cunt. Yeah.
Alright, so since apparently these people are super posh, then I'll just use a posh voice now.
Oh, God.
Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression. That wasn't posh at all, was it?
Not really.
All right.
It was kind of like super formal, kind of, I don't know.
Alright, I'll try again. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his father. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room.
Oh, okay then. I too occasionally grunt at my parents.
So do I.
guess. Communication's overrated. So here's the flaw in the father's point. The first impression has already been made. The neighbor already came over to their house and introduced themselves. The first impression's already out the window. They've seen what you're like at your worst, essentially, which is moving. Like, there's no coming back from that. They know you're putting on a show. Especially if you show up to a kid's party dressed up. Like, fucking why? Fucking dumb. So he goes back to his room. And then, I don't have any fancy clothes, he yelled down the stairs.
Just pick something out.
It's like, why did you have to go back to your room to yell that? Like, why not just say that in, like, a normal, sensible tone while you're standing right there?
Excuse me, mother and father, I must yell. Allow me to go back up to my room.
Yeah.
Just pick something out, called his mother. He looked around in his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black dress pants he had for special occasions and an undershirt that he saved for special occasions. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. You clearly have not lived where I live. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on.
So is he wearing... So he grabbed dress pants, an undershirt, and a hoodie. Why bother at that point? Just wear jeans. Like, fucking no. Fucking what are you doing?
We're apparently in New York now. He's gone urban.
I mean, like, just dress pants and a hoodie just don't go together. Fuck. Yeah, weird. And it's just, just pick out something. He already did.
Yeah.
Like, just leave the kid alone. He already doesn't want to go. And it's like, why are we spending time on this? Like, this stuff like this hasn't mattered before. Why does it matter now? Anyways.
You're wearing that, they both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go, she said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. So Billy owns the house as well. That kid is loaded. They knocked on the door, and at it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. First question, when did Jeff walk back down the stairs?
They never said he walked down the stairs, but
they saw that what he was wearing through the floor.
Yeah. And it's like, so Barbara and Billy's house, huh? It's like, it's been stated that Billy is Barbara's son, but Billy apparently owns the house with Barbara. It was also Billy's yard.
Yeah. That kid hasn't made.
I'm concerned about what exactly Barbara and Billy's relationship is. I find it very incesting. So yeah, fucking what? And Barbara was apparently way overdressed. Like,
I'm having trouble understanding that sentence. They knocked on the door, and at it appeared that Barbara way overdressed. I ignored the commas there.
Well, yeah, they're saying just like his parents, way overdressed.
It's just...
It's an awkward sentence.
Awkward.
And there's just adults everywhere, no kids. I'm starting to think maybe, I don't know. Barbara and Billy have a strange relationship, and
Get
no
back in the
kids
basement.
here. Like, this is getting kind of weird. What kind of birthday party is this? Anyways, like, this shit just weak.
Alright, who was Barbara? I guess that was me. The kids are out in the yard. Jeff, how about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara.
Fuck you, no. I'm going home. Nope. Done. Like, I guess that makes sense. Sure, that's fine. It's like, this dialogue's just kind of bland. It's like, okay. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just kind of boring. Doesn't really do anything. There's nothing interesting going on.
They got it wrong, by the way. It's supposed to be Billy's yard. Okay, get it right.
Yeah. So yeah. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in a Toys R Us. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Once again, naming brands. Please do not.
Big
You
trouble.
could have just said Toy Store. We would have understood. Like, it's fine. And they're in cowboy costumes. Like, I guess it wasn't mentioned that this is a theme party or something? I don't fucking know. But I guess... Also, suddenly, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking adverbs. I'm tired of it. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put on my best little kid voice.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Hey, wanna play? He said. That sounded weird.
This is awful. Alright, so there's two lines of thought when it comes to shit like this.
First of all, no.
Some people are like, oh yeah, you know, writing in accents / dialogues, you know, get the point across of how the person sounds when they talk. When done minimalistically, this is fine. You want to be very minimal with it when you do it, though, because a lot of people get angry when you do it too heavily because it's difficult to read, and they don't always get it right.
Yep.
What may look like, you know, Scottish or Irish or, you know, like some kind of Southern to you may look like something else to somebody else. They may completely misunderstand what the accent you're going for is. So it's always better to just describe how they talk, unless it's something as small as this. So you can, like, technically get away with this, but I don't recommend making a habit of doing shit like this.
Right.
So, yeah. No, kid, I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog face. Sure, I guess. Typical fresh teenager is being typical. Oh, I'm 13. I'm way too old for this stuff now.
Ugh. Can't be bothered, man.
Fucking kids. They don't know how tough it is. Nobody understands. Get over yourself. Go play. You know, enjoy it while you can, you little fuck. But yeah. Otherwise, there's really much going on there.
Yeah. Alright. Please, said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend shoot at the kids. At first he thought it was totally ridiculous, which it was, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool. You do not understand the definition of super cool, sir. But it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off Lou. So he played with the kids for a while until he heard a noise. A weird, rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Kill yourself! Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred.
First of all, what hat? Did I miss where the hat came in?
Yeah. It was at the top of that. He put on the hat and started to pretend to shoot at the kids.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering how tall this fence is.
Like, if I know,
is this like an 8-foot fence? It's just like, nah, it's fine.
If I know anything about suburbs, and from what I've seen just driving around, it's too tall to jump over with skateboards unless they had a ramp.
Well, yeah, like even if it's like, you know, if you're gonna have a fence, it's probably gonna be at least 3 foot. You know?
Yeah.
So you're telling me these little punks from the ground with no ramp jumped a skateboard over a 3-foot fence, including the man, the myth, the legend, the lard, Troy. Fucking what? How? Also, pseudo tension is pseudo tension because it doesn't actually create any tension. But it's clear that the writer's trying to create tension. He's like, so he played with the kids for a while until he heard a noise. It's like, because you're saying so he played with them for a while, you're already indicating that it's coming to an end. And then you say, until he heard a noise. Sure, like, sometimes that will kind of build tension, but it's like... I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is it going to be now? Like, maybe something interesting will actually happen now. And then it's like calling way too much attention to the noise. A weird rolling noise. No, it should have been a familiar rolling noise.
But remember,
then it's like skateboards.
But remember, he didn't hear Randy rolling up on his skateboard the first time, so...
It's bullshit! It's all bullshit!
Also,
that, like, every time these guys show up, it's bullshit. It's all for the convenience of the plot, and it's bullshit.
I'm surprised that the author didn't write in, Randy and Keith jumped over the fence, but Troy just crashed and burned.
Troy just walks through it.
By the way, Troy is fat.
Also, Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Fucking why? Also, why with a burning hatred? Why not like say like he gave him a such and such gaze or something like that? You know, why not write something more interesting other than with a burning hatred? Also, why is Randy looking at him with a hatred? Sure, he got his wrist broken and he got his nose punched. But he won at the end of the day. Lou is in juvie. Why is he mad? He got his revenge. These motivations make no sense. Was it not enough that Lou got imprisoned? Is he in league with the mom? Does he also want to get rid of Jeff? I just don't know anymore.
Well, we're about to find out. Hello, Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC.
No kid says JDC. They all call it juvie. Stop trying to act like he's like, you know, he's smarter than what he is. Like, or whatever. Like, he's not that uptight. He's not that smart. He's not going to constantly refer to it as JDC. You know why? Because it's exhausting in conversation to constantly say JDC.
Randy,
he's going to call it juvie.
Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. What? You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him. Jeff pushed Randy off of him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming, and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. What?
Fuck you, story. This is bullshit. It's not only did these kids manage to get their hands on knives without their parents knowing about it, but now they have guns. Where the fuck did they get guns?
This is the point in the reading where we remind you, these kids are 13.
Yep, 12 and 13.
Unless you're living in Alabama.
Fucking Bama. Like, it's just the combat also is just kind of weird. Like, Randy rushes Jeff and they both fall to the ground. Like, okay, sure, they're falling to the ground, but like, like, how do they fall? Like, there's missing details here.
Oh, Jeff just fainted.
Yeah, Jeff just took it. And it's like he grabbed him by the ears and then headbutted him. Like I know grabbing their head to headbutt them, but like specifically grabbing the ears, it's kind of weird. Like, you don't want to grab the ears; those are floppy and can slide and shit. You want to grab something that's solid. And of course, the kids screaming and whatnot. That's fine.
Yeah.
But parents are running out of the house, and then Troy and Keith decide this is the perfect time to pull guns. Like, normally kids are like, oh, it's time to get the fuck out of here.
They're not running to stop it. Or at least the kids aren't.
Yeah, and it's the parent, like, there's a legion of parents for all these kids coming out, and now these kids are like, you know what we should do? We should pull out some guns. Yep. This definitely won't get traced back to us at all whatsoever. I'm sorry. They're like, I'm assuming they have pistols. Like, I'm assuming they have, like, Glocks or whatever. Which, realistically, I'm thinking there's enough parents here that... And honestly, I would like to think there's enough, like, parental instincts here to be like, don't give a fuck if there are guns. Kids are in danger. Going to protect kids. Will run at somebody holding a gun to, like, stop them.
Yeah.
But I doubt that's going to happen. Back to Randy.
No one interrupts or guts will fly, they said. They said it in perfect sync. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff again, stabbed it into his shoulder.
Who's they? Like, all these people here, and this is like, they said, who's they? What do they want? Still holding by my belief that these parents are not going to stand here and let this happen. This is a clear indication that Jeff's parents do not give a fuck about him. They're looking for a way to get rid of them. I think they're in league with Randy. I think Randy is being paid and funded by Jeff's parents to get Jeff and Lou out of the picture. That's the only thing that makes sense right now.